Part 1. Suffering and the Root of Ignorance. You wake up in the middle of the night and hear your heartbeat. You glance at your phone, 300 notifications, 42 missed calls, 17 emails blinking. You ask yourself, am I okay? Outwardly, everything seems fine. Job, family, friends. Yet inside, there's a faint tremor, a whisper. Am I missing something? And then the news tells you. Anxiety and disconnection are rising, even in the most developed nations. We're succeeding, but we're not at peace. We're doing more, yet feeling less whole. Why? Because we're living inside a grand illusion, believing that life must be complete. But perhaps that very expectation is the root of suffering itself. Thich Nhat Hanh once said, suffering is when we do not see clearly. In Buddhist thought, dukkha is not only pain or loss, it is dissatisfaction, the quiet sense of something's missing. We chase success, relationships, recognition, yet still feel hollow because we cling to what is fleeting. The Buddha taught that the true cause is not in the world around us, but in ignorance, not seeing reality as it is. When we fail to see impermanence and non-self, our minds cling to form, desire control, and fear change. Thus suffering arises not because life is cruel, but because our perception is distorted. We avoid facing this blindness, and so anxiety, restlessness, and emptiness spread through the modern mind. Recent global research calls our age the post-anxiety era. Digital saturation, constant scrolling, and overstimulation have become silent pandemics. Hundreds of millions suffer from anxiety and depression, even amid comfort and abundance. You may have the car, the apartment, the followers, yet when you cannot feel the present, you feel lost. You believe, once I'm successful, I'll be at peace. But even after you succeed, you may still wake at 2 a.m., listening to your own heartbeat, not knowing why. That is the shadow of ignorance, building life on the illusion that, if I get this, I'll be okay. While the truth is, even now, within all your achievements, that unease remains. The Buddha said, birth is suffering, aging is suffering, illness is suffering, death is suffering. Separation from what we love is suffering. Not getting what we want is suffering, the Four Noble Truths. We plead, please don't let me suffer. But suffering is not something given, it is something misseen. Ignorance is the seed. When we fail to understand impermanence, we cling. When we cling, we fear. When we fear, we hurt. Life is not broken. Our way of seeing it is. It's like a wheel turning with one misaligned tooth. No matter how it spins, it grinds. Look at yourself. You post pictures of a perfect life, yet feel empty. You have love, yet fear losing it. You get promoted, yet worry about falling. You live with conditions. If this works out, I'll be fine. But anything conditional is also temporary. And when the condition changes, suffering begins. The word if I have, I'll be happy. If I lose, I'll break, is the fingerprint of ignorance itself. Social media turns life into a performance. Look at me experiencing, succeeding, smiling. But studies now show that this cycle of constant display deepens the sense of not enough. We are connected to images of ourselves, not to the living self within. Ignorance spreads when we no longer see that even we are impermanent, fluid, changing every moment, not the fixed center of the universe. If you dare, just sit still for a while. Don't think of success. Don't fix the image. Don't plan the next move. Just listen to the rhythm of your breath. Feel the pulse of life passing through you. In that silence, a simple truth reveals itself. You don't need to be perfect to live. You only need to see clearly. And when clarity dawns, suffering may not vanish overnight, but it can no longer rule your life. Let wisdom open its eyes. Let ignorance fade back into the dark. Part 2. What insight meditation truly is and how it differs from concentration meditation. Today, meditation has become a buzzword. People meditate to sleep better, to focus more, to reduce stress. Every app has a meditate button. But if you meditate to achieve something, then it is not meditation. It's another form of desire. Because the wanting itself is restlessness. True meditation is not a skill. It is seeing. It is the art of looking deeply into yourself, without labeling, without chasing success or escape. That's where the difference lies, between concentration meditation and insight meditation. Concentration meditation, samatha, is the practice of calming the mind, gathering it into a single point. You focus on the breath, on a candle flame, or on the sound of a mantra, and slowly your mind becomes still, like a quiet lake reflecting the sky. Concentration teaches you how to stop running. But insight meditation, vipassana, goes deeper. When the water is still, you begin to see the bottom. Vipassana doesn't stop at calmness. It leads you into direct perception, seeing that everything is arising and passing, moment by moment. Not only the thoughts, even the observer is impermanent. In the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the Buddha said, "Contemplate the body in the body, feelings in feelings, mind in mind, and phenomena in phenomena, with ardent awareness and mindfulness, to see clearly the nature of impermanence." That is the heart of insight meditation. It doesn't chase mystical states, it only sees things as they truly are. No interference, no judgment, simply seeing that everything comes and goes, nothing is me, nothing truly belongs to me. In this age of AI and analytics, even happiness is being measured. There are apps that score your mindfulness, watches that track your meditation performance. But the more you measure, the further you drift. You cannot grasp stillness. The moment you observe it, it's already gone. A Silicon Valley CEO once said, "I meditate every morning to improve my productivity." That is not meditation. That is optimization. Insight meditation doesn't make you more productive. It frees you from the obsession of being productive. Look around. The modern world doesn't lack energy. It lacks awareness. Humans have become servants to the tools they built. Phones, machines, algorithms. Insight meditation brings you back, not by control, but by awareness. Concentration may bring moments of peace, but without insight, that peace collapses the moment life touches you. Concentration is like holding your breath underwater, calm but temporary. Insight is learning to breathe within the waves. Why? Because the one who practices insight doesn't control the wave. They see its nature. When anger arises, you don't suppress it or justify it. You simply notice, this is anger. You watch it arise. You watch it fade. When seen clearly to the root, anger dissolves without effort. That is true freedom, not from control, but from clarity. You can begin insight meditation anywhere. When eating, know you are eating. When walking, know you are walking. When breathing, know you are breathing. You don't need to leave life to meditate. Life itself is the meditation hall. A Zen master once said, "When seeing is just seeing, hearing is just hearing, that is enlightenment." Insight meditation doesn't take you far away. It brings you home. Back to your breath, back to your steps, back to the awareness that is quietly witnessing this very moment. And only then do you truly live. Part 3. The foundation of morality, concentration, and wisdom. We live in an age where almost anything can be fabricated. Fake images can deceive millions. AI voices can mimic your loved ones, and human hearts are losing their roots. But no technology can replace wisdom, and wisdom cannot grow in a chaotic mind. That is why the Buddha didn't teach how to become superhuman. He taught how to be fully human again through 3 foundations: morality, concentration, and wisdom. Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. Many people hear the word morality and think of rules, restrictions, or guilt. But morality is not repression. It is the art of protecting yourself from your own chaos. In the age of social media, we live by reaction. A single hateful comment, a shocking headline, and peace is gone. We explode and then regret it. Morality is like a fence around the garden of your mind, not to confine the flowers, but to protect them from the storm. When you speak truthfully, do no harm, avoid greed, and live with moderation, your mind naturally becomes still, and that stillness is the soil where wisdom grows. Morality is not born from fear, but from understanding. When you sow unwholesome causes, suffering will bloom. You keep the precepts not because someone demands it, but because you see the consequence. The moral person is not a saint, they are simply awake. Imagine you are standing in the middle of a crowded city. Noise, lights, traffic, chaos everywhere. Now step into a quiet room and close the door. In that silence, you hear your heartbeat again. That is concentration. Not just being still, but knowing that you are still. Modern people talk about deep work and focus mode, but that's only external focus. True samadhi is internal balance, the ability to remain unmoved even while life changes around you. When the mind is concentrated, you begin to see clearly. Thoughts arise, emotions shift, the body vibrates, and you simply observe. You are no longer the storm, you are the sky watching clouds drift by. A mind without concentration is like a lake in the wind. It cannot reflect the sky clearly, and without that stillness, wisdom becomes only theory. When morality purifies the mind and concentration steadies it, then wisdom, panya, awakens. Wisdom is not knowledge. You may read 1,000 sacred texts and still remain blind, because wisdom arises only through direct seeing, like a dreamer suddenly awake, knowing it was all a dream. Wisdom is the moment you realize there is no I controlling anything. There is only process, body, mind, sensations, perceptions, arising and vanishing through conditions. This vision dissolves the illusion that I am the center of the universe, and when the center collapses, the universe opens its arms. Everything shines with a quiet clarity. Today, the world celebrates cleverness, but true wisdom is silent. It doesn't argue, it doesn't prove, it simply sees. A person rooted in morality, anchored in concentration, and illumined by wisdom can walk through storms of noise, news, and conflict, and still smile. Not because they escape the world, but because they understand it. Morality keeps you from losing your way. Concentration keeps you from falling. Wisdom shows you where to walk. These three are not separate. They are the three breaths of a liberated heart. When they move together, you no longer need to seek the path, for you have become the path itself. Part 4. The practice of Vipassana, mindfulness in daily life. You don't have to leave the world to find enlightenment. You don't need a mountain cave, nor the silence of a forest, because ignorance is not out there. It's within every reaction you make. Every time you feel anger, anxiety, or fear, that's a door to meditation. Vipassana doesn't happen in temples. It happens in the pulse of everyday life. While you breathe, while you eat, while you speak, while your fingers scroll through a glowing screen. Vipassana begins with something deceptively simple, to see clearly without interference. You are breathing. Know that you are breathing. You are angry. Know that you are angry. No need to suppress. No need to justify. When you see anger without judgment, it dissolves, like mist under sunlight. Not because you try to erase it, but because awareness itself melts the darkness of reaction. The Buddha said, "The one who knows anger is already free from it." Just seeing is enough to begin. Many believe meditation means sitting still with eyes closed, breathing deeply in peace. But Vipassana is not confined to posture. It is a way of being alive consciously. When you wash dishes, just wash the dishes. When you drive, just drive. When you eat, just eat. When you speak, just speak. Without rushing, without strategizing, without drifting into fantasy. In that moment, you are completely alive. And that completeness is meditation. Modern humans rarely live, they only react. A notification pings, the mind jumps. A comment appears, the heart tightens. A fear arises, and the mind runs away. But the one who practices Vipassana doesn't react, they observe. That is the difference between living unconsciously and living awake. Once you are familiar with pure seeing, you can move deeper through the 4 foundations of mindfulness the Buddha taught. 1. Contemplation of the body, seeing the body as a flowing process. Warmth, pressure, movement, vibration, all rising and fading. There is no me in it. 2. Contemplation of feelings, noticing pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral sensations. Don't cling to pleasure. Don't reject pain. They come and they go. 3. Contemplation of the mind, observing mental states directly. Greed, anger, doubt, clarity. You don't need to change or fix them. Just see. 4. Contemplation of phenomena, observing all experiences as impermanent, unsatisfactory, and non-self. Seeing that everything arises in dependence with no fixed core. When these 4 merge, you begin to see the world as it truly is, not through the haze of interpretation. We live in a strange era. People know everything about the world, yet almost nothing about themselves. AI can process billions of data points, but it cannot be aware of a single breath. Only a conscious human being can do that. A Vipassana practitioner can sit in the middle of the city, surrounded by noise and chaos, and yet remain as still as the sky. They still work, love, lose, and struggle, but they are not swept away. They simply know, this is arising, this is passing, and that knowing is freedom itself. If you wish to begin, don't wait. Sit now, feel the breath entering and leaving. Don't control it, don't force it. Within that breath, the entire universe is breathing with you. Nothing is separate, no one is meditating. There is only knowing, pure, silent, luminous. And in that moment, you understand, meditation is not something you do, it is what you are. Part 5. The Fruits of Vipassana, Wisdom and Freedom. People come to meditation for many reasons. To suffer less, to heal, to find peace, or simply to understand themselves. But Vipassana does not just bring you peace. It gives you a new eye through which to see the world. And once that eye opens, you can never see life the same way again. Everything remains, this body, these people, this world, but the one who sees inside you has completely changed. After some time in Vipassana, people often ask, how will I know when wisdom arises? The answer is simple, when you see clearly and no longer need to hold on. Wisdom is not about learning more, it is about seeing through illusions, reactions, desires to become someone. The Buddha called it seeing things as they are, seeing impermanence, seeing non-self, seeing suffering, and through that seeing, the mind naturally lets go. Letting go is not an effort. It happens because there is nothing left worth grasping. When this is seen, you no longer try to be wise. Silence itself becomes wisdom. The freedom Vipassana brings is not escape from life. It is to live within life without bondage. You still work, love, laugh, and cry, but there is no one inside you claiming ownership. Joy comes, you smile. Sadness comes, you smile. Both pass through you like wind through the forest. Such freedom is not power. It is the radiant emptiness within. No one can give you this freedom because it is not a gift. It is the true nature of the mind when it is no longer occupied. No one binds us but our own mind. And when that mind is illuminated, the chains fall away without struggle. Wisdom in Vipassana is not theoretical. It is a living intelligence, breathing through each moment. You see anger in another, and do not judge, only listen. You feel fear within, and do not run, only observe. In these quiet gestures, wisdom dawns, not as a flash of enlightenment, but as the slow sunrise over still water. From this awareness, you begin to love without possession, to help without pride, to speak without winning, and to live without the need to prove that you exist. We live in an age of exploding information, yet diminishing wisdom. AI can write poems, paint pictures, compose music, but it cannot know that it exists. Only a conscious human can. The wise no longer argue over right and wrong, because they see both as reflections on the same mirror. They live in a silence filled with understanding, not silence born of fear, but of seeing clearly that everything unfolds exactly as it must. True freedom comes when you no longer need anything more, because you see that everything is already enough. Close your eyes, feel the breath enter, and leave. Don't search, just know. In this very moment you are no one, no meditator, no goal, no path, only life living itself. And that is freedom, not born of effort, but of clear seeing beyond all seeking.